بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. It's truly an honor to be here with all of you, all of my respected leaders, brothers and sisters, teachers, as part of my first overseas trip as a U.S. ambassador for international religious freedom. I want to, of course, thank the President Ghazwani, and Minister Ahmed for hosting this important forum to make peace in Africa and to make peace all over the world. I congratulate the President for the progress that he has made, and we greatly appreciate his leadership here in Mauritania. Many of you know that I have fond memories of Mauritania, this beautiful country that I visited for the first time in 2012. And when we came here in 2012, we began a process working with our esteemed Sheikh Abdullah bin Baya on the protection of religious minorities living in Muslim majority countries. And that was a process that began in 2012 and culminated in what is now known as the Marrakesh Declaration in 2015. Mauritania is a place that is beloved to Muslim Americans and to the Muslim American community through the esteemed Sheikh Abdullah bin Baya and scholars such as Sheikh Hamza Yusuf, who are greatly respected as true scholars of Islam. They are greatly respected in the United States. They are greatly respected around the world. I first met the Sheikh in Doha, in Qatar, in 2010 when I began the role of President Obama's special envoy to the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. In fact, he was the first religious leader that I met. We were seated together in Doha when that announcement was made by President Obama. And since then, we've had the opportunity and the fortune to work together all around the world. He has been such a strong partner for us in his work, powerfully articulating what he calls a call to life and not to death. And he has been recognized globally, including by President Obama at the United Nations. Sheikh bin Baya worked closely with my predecessors, Ambassador Sam Brownback and Ambassador David Saperstein, and with American religious leaders such as Imam Majid, who is here, Dr. Muhammad As-Sunusi, and others. And we've been working together to try to promote peace around the world and protect the religious freedom of all people. I'm particularly happy to be here with all of you because this is such a respected group of religious leaders, and your work is critical. Your work is critical here in Africa. Your work is critical around the world. Your work is critical for promoting peace. Your work is critical for ending the pandemic, for improving development, for improving humanitarian assistance, and to address challenges such as climate change. Your role as religious leaders is essential because you are closest to the people. You have the credibility, you have the knowledge, and the sincerity to bring people together. And this, of course, is a time where we must bring people together for peace. While so many in the world are trying to sow division and sow conflict and divide us, you are at the front lines of bringing people together. So I'm honored to continue the work of Ambassador Sam Brownback, Ambassador David Saperstein, in this role of Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom. And if I may say, I believe it sends a powerful signal around the world that in the United States we have a position which we seek to ensure the human rights and religious freedom for people all around the world. It's a position that has now been taken up by many governments and the United Nations to protect the freedom and the human rights of all people. And I also believe that there's been a strong signal of support from the United States at a bipartisan level. Leaders in both of the major political parties have supported this work and will continue to do so, inshallah. And then I might also say that I believe it's a powerful signal that the last 3 people to take on this position from the United States have been a Jewish person, a Christian person, and now a Muslim, which demonstrates our commitment to protecting the faith of all people everywhere. So in this role, I'm looking forward to building on the Marrakesh Declaration to protect the rights and the religious freedom of people of all faiths, including Christians and others here in Muslim-majority countries. We are also continuing to work to address the situation that many Muslims face in the world, including the genocide of the Uyghurs in China, including the mass atrocities occurring against the Rohingya, and including what we've stated in our International Religious Freedom Report, our concerns about the Muslim community, Christians and others in the country where my family comes from, India. We will also, inshallah, continue the work of addressing anti-Semitism around the world. Around the world, far too many governments and other perpetrators kill, beat, threaten, harass, and jail individuals just for exercising their beliefs. This is a well-documented fact. 4 out of 5 people, that's 80% of the world, live in countries with high to severe restrictions on religious freedom. And so it's so important that all of you are gathered. And we're so encouraged by the fact that this meeting is taking place here in Mauritania. And we're encouraged by the work of the President. In January 2020, the Mauritanian government hosted an impressive conference on Islam's role in Africa and began noble pursuits. The Nouakchott Declaration detailed a range of innovative and strategic means to build peace and to prevent violence in the region. So we applaud Mauritania. I applaud all of you for being here. We look forward to working with all of you on this noble effort. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.